Hello and welcome to Straight Onto Disney, a Disney deep dive and analysis podcast, where each week I, your host Jonathan, takes a deep dive into the history of each Disney film and the legacy that they left behind. I'd like to remind you that you can follow me on Instagram at StraightOntoDisneyPod, and you can email me your thoughts at straightontodisneypod@gmail.com. Hello and welcome to this week's Straight Onto Disney Pod, where I'm doing something a little bit different. As you know and probably can tell from behind me usually during the podcast, I'm an avid Funko Pop collector, and in today's video I'm going to be going through my Funko Pop collection. So sit back, get some snacks, and because there's a lot of pops I own, which is quite shocking, and normally they are behind me. I don't know how well you can see behind me. Usually on the shelf, on that top shelf is usually where they are. But all I do, we're going to start with WandaVision because it's my favourite thing, and I have more of the pops for them. So we're going to start there and work through all the films. So sit back, have some snacks, and I'll maybe throw some stings between segments. Who knows? But hope you enjoy this little bit different video. We're going to start off with 823 Scarlet Witch. This was the Scarlet Witch released normally in the wave with the White Vision, Agatha, and Monica Rambeau back in 2021. It is sealed and comes with the Darkhold. That I also have the glow-in-the-dark version, which is the same Funko Pop. And usually they are behind me on top because I'm a massive WandaVision fan. As you already probably know from listening to the podcast so many. So here we have 713, the 50s Wanda, accompanied by 714, 50s Vision. We then have 718, which is 70s Vision, and this was a special edition Vision. And that is also accompanied by 70s Wanda, which has the pregnancy bump from the episode 3, one of my favorite episodes of WandaVision. We have the Halloween Wanda, which is the comic accurate Scarlet Witch costume within the MCU. And I still remember the day finding out we were going to get that in the sizzle reel for the Disney Plus shows during the Super Bowl. 2019 was crazy time seeing that in live action, and then thinking, could this mean we're going to get a MCU version of the Scarlet Witch costume? This is followed by 716. This is the Vision costume in his Halloween costume, which is the comic accurate Vision costume. That is then followed by, we're going to go to 825, which is the Monica Rambeau Funko Pop for when she goes into the first time she comes out of the Hex in doing the jump with the spaceship thing. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what she does. I'm still sad we don't have a Jimmy Woo or Darcy WandaVision pops, which would be cool because neither of them have Funko Pops for them two characters, so it'd be really cool. And it'd be also cool to get a Geraldine Funko Pop for the equivalent scene with Wanda and Vision in the 70s costumes. So something that Funko could do in the future, hopefully. We're then going to go to we're going to jump to 1457, which is the Agatha Harkness meme Funko from that episode, the same episode I was just talking about, episode 3. I really wish we got some more Agnes, the 70s, the 70s, the 70s, Wonder, we, not the 70s, the 80s, we don't have, not 70s, we don't have 80s Wonder or Vision, which would be really cool to get as well, and Sparky the dog, rest in peace. But it would be cool to get them and the Agatha outfit from the 80s, as well as some of the other Agatha outfits would be cool from WandaVision. we're gonna jump to 826, which is the Agatha Harkness Funko Pop, which is one of the really epic Funkos in terms of design and detail of the outfit. Our next Funko is 824, which is the White Vision. And obviously we'll be getting some more White Vision Funko Pops coming soon with the Vision Quest TV show. Probably nothing going to be announced this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. As you can tell, I'm recording this on Saturday, hours before the panel. So we'll see what comes out from Comic-Con. But I'm expecting not a lot for Vision Quest, and it'll be D23. We'll get more stuff out, and we'll get Speed Funko Pop. And I will get on to them in a minute. Rounding out some of the pops I have for WandaVision is 827, which is the Pietro Maximoff Silver from the 90s episode, the Halloween episode, which is really epic. And this was a Funko exclusive, Funko Online exclusive. Thank you, Be More Geek, for a lot of these Funko Pops, which is that as well as Forbidden Planet UK. They are some of the best places to get Funko Pops in UK. I've got a few from HMV, but I tend not to get too many from HMV because they're a little bit more expensive in HMV. No shade, because I love HMV, as you can tell from the DVDs and stuff I have behind me. Rounding out the single Funko Pops is 828, which is the Scarlet Witch. One of my favourite Funko Pops. This is the WandaVision Scarlet Witch outfit without the Darkhold in her hand, so it's the full outfit with the sleeves, and you get to see the epic costume, and I really hope we get to see this in live action once again, because she had a different outfit in Multiverse of Madness, which we will be getting to in a minute. The final WandaVision Funkos I own, and I think these are the only ones. I think I have everything other than the ones I said that I would really hope we get in the future, is Billy and Tommy, which was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Once again, thank you, Forbidden Planet, for having this. One of the many grails I have found in Forbidden Planet. It was a 2021 exclusive. Yeah, 2021. And it's Billy and Tommy. And I cannot wait for this Speed Funko Pop. I'm hoping and praying we get one in the Vision Quest wave. So I can have this next to the Wiccan one, which you'll know I own because it's always in the background of my podcast. So that's the one on my WandaVision pops, and I think it makes sense to jump straight into Agatha All Along. Here we have the one. This is 1471 Agatha Harkness, which is incredibly detailed, and I wish they did a few more, but other ones of the characters, I do wish we had more of the witches. Lilia Caldero, Jennifer Kale, and Alice Gulliver would have been epic Funko Pops, as well as Mrs. Hart. Oh wait, no, Sharon Davis. But it would have been really cool if we'd got some more of these characters for Agatha Along, and fingers crossed we will in the future someday. She's joined by, as always on the podcast, Wiccan, and I am a massive Wiccan fan. Wiccan and Hulkling, still waiting for Hulkling to appear in the MCU. I'd be crazy if anything got announced, and I'm being very cagey on what I want to predict for tonight. Well, predict for San Diego Comic-Con for reasons you've probably seen the witches at the weekend, this weekend. But yeah, Wiccan is one of my favorite ones, and I got this from Wiccan from Forbidden Planet. And I just love how incredible details. I've cosplayed as Wiccan for Halloween, and I have my own crown. So it's really epic to have this and to know that Wiccan's the MCU. It's going to be a long one to edit. And the final Agatha All Along pop is 1472, Lady Death, Aubrey Plaza, which is why I'm really hoping we someday get a real Vidal Funko, where it's her in the really epic green robes. Would be really cool, and he's hoping, but I still can't believe Death the MCU. And the way they did it was crazy. I would really love a Death variant with the skull mask, would be epic because that's incredible. You can tell what my favorite MCU projects stuff are from the Funkos. The next one we're gonna go to is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I'm gonna start with 1071, which is the America Chavez with the star power, and that was a 2022 Comic Con exclusive. Thank you, Forbidden Planet, for having this one. They had all three of the con exclusives that year, which are amongst here. We have 1010, which is the Christine Palmer Funko that was exclusive to Funko Europe and Funko.com. I have this is 1016, and this was a Entertainment Earth exclusive that Game in the UK had, but I got mine off Amazon. This is the Scarlet Witch when she's confronting the Illuminati, and I'm kind of also sad we haven't had more Illuminati members. If I was going to ask for more Multiverse of Madness pops, I would really love Black Bolt, John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic, and Professor Charles Xavier, Professor X, but maybe not so because we might be getting one in the Doomsday Wave. We have 1010, 111001, which is Wong, Sorcerer Supreme one, followed by 1002, which is the normal America Chavez, Miss America, followed by 1000, which is the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. Hold that to the camera a little bit better. That is followed by one of the most hunted down pops of my life, 1007. This is the Glow in the Dark Scarlet Witch Funko Pop, followed closely by, and I have a few of these, 1007, the Scarlet Witch Marvel Funko Pop from Multiverse of Madness. You know my feelings about Wandering Multiverse of Madness. There are three more that I own currently. We have 1033, which is the Captain Carter from the Multiverse of Madness film, which is followed by the Defender Strange, who is 1009. And lastly, the ones that I own is 1011, which is the Supreme Strange statue, and that was found in Forbidden Planet. A lot of these are normally found in either BMO Gig, Forbidden Planet, from Amazon, or HMV, or even Toy Town and Entertainer is a great place to find Funkos. We have 1475, which is from the Infinity Saga, Peggy Carter. I also have 1564 Ironheart from the Ironheart show, so this is the Ironheart at the end of the series of Ironheart. There was the other one, but I kind of only really wanted this one, and kind of only think this one's necessary, really. 2 Funkos from Black Panther, these being 225 Okoye and 277 Nakia. Have three Funkos from Thor Ragnarok, but don't own the 4. I have 251, which is Hela Unmasked, an incredible villain, and Kate Blanchett did an exceptional job. Followed by 243, which is the Hela with the mask on. Followed by 2336, which is Valkyrie, who was a 2018 Comic Con exclusive. I don't know how well you can see that Funko. My only Ant-Man and the Wasp pop is 341 The Wasp. So I have 2 pops from Hawkeye. I have 1215 Kate Bishop, which was an Amazon exclusive. And I also have 1211, which was the Hawkeye. I'm also a very big Hawkeye fan in terms of the Hawkeye comics that they adapted for the Hawkeye show, so was really excited with what they did with the show. Obviously, I haven't really touched on my Marvel thoughts a lot, but that's mainly because I'm saving that for when we get to the Marvel films later on down the line. But I thought, with it being Comic Con, let's do a Funko Pop video. I have one pop from Black Widow so far, which is the Red Guardian, and he is one. I cannot read that number. It's such a botched box. I kind of want to replace this Red Guardian. So I have two pops from Civil War. I have the Civil War Hawkeye and the Civil War Scarlet Witch. I don't know how well you can see some of these just because of camera, but yeah. Let's move on to Shang-Chi. I have 843 Shang-Chi. I have 845 Katie that my sister originally owned that I now own. And 846 Exciting. I had to think of the name then. I was like, I know the name. As I was saying earlier on, I have the 2022 exclusive He Who Remains from Loki series, the only Loki pop I own. Then we go to Secret Invasion. I have 115, which is the Nick Fury 22 convention Funko Pop that was released way before the show came out. We don't talk about Secret Invasion till I'd have to on this podcast. And then 1331, which is Gravik, the main villain, Kingsley Bennett, who did an incredible job in Secret Invasion. I'm not even gonna go into Secret Invasion. We're gonna go to Captain America: Brave New World, in which I have 1367, which is Ruth Bat Seraph. 1368, The Leader. And 1365, which is Joaquin Torres as the Falcon. Be interesting to see his role in Doomsday. Do I think the Leader should have been a better villain in Captain America: Brave New World? Yes. We're gonna move on to the Fantastic Four, and I'm gonna start with 1519, Galactus, followed by 1514, which is the Invisible Woman and Franklin Richards. We have 1518, which is the Silver Surfer, which is incredible Funko Pop design. Followed by 1517, which is the Human Torch. I really hope we get a Johnny Storm Funko Pop without the flames on. We go to 1515, which is Mr. Fantastic. It'd be really cool to get one with stretchy arms. Oh wait, he has stretchy arms in this. My bad. And then we have the final two, which is 1516, which is The Thing, alongside the online exclusive 1524, The Thing in the trench coat. I really want the Herbie that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive last year, so I'm hunting the Herbie down. We're now going to go to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and kicking off Falcon and the Winter Soldier is 813, which is the Winter Soldier in Zone 73. Followed by one of my all-time favorite Marvel villains, 702, Baron Zemo. We have 817, which is the Sam Wilson Captain America costume from the end of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's a beautiful costume. Followed by 7000, which is the Falcon, the normal one, which was also another cool costume. And lastly, we have 984, which is Baron Zemo from the iconic meme and scene of the Baron Zemo cut. And Daniel Baru is an incredible villain. Incredible actor, incredible villain. and I really hope we get more Baron Zemo someday. Next up, we're gonna go across to Spider-Man No Way Home. Don't have many pops from the original two films, but I do have a lot from No Way Home. And we're gonna start with the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is 1158. We have 924, which is MJ. A 2022 for Comic Con exclusive. I think this was New York Comic Con. This one is 1123, the Statue of Liberty. The little damn. I think you can see that. I keep forgetting to go closer to the camera. That is followed by FX, and one of my favorite Funko Pops because it's Andrew Garfield. Is 1171. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man without the mask on. Surprised they didn't do a Toby one. Next up, we have another Funko Online exclusive, 1221. Another one of my favorite characters is Matt Murdock. Then we go to the 1160, which is Tom Holland's Spider-Man from the end of No Way Home, which is in a beautiful suit. And then we have 1159, which is the Amazing Spider-Man. And we're gonna just quickly, because they're here, these are literally new additions to my collection in the last few weeks, is 1586, which is the Brand New Day Spider-Man, along with 1587, which is the No Way Home final suit for Brand New Day, followed by 1588, which is the Hulk, the Savage Hulk. One of the many Funkos that I have is number 42 from Captain America the Winter Soldier. This is the oldest Funko I have. This is Black Widow from Captain America the Winter Soldier. I found this in Forbidden Planet, I think. I can't actually remember where I've got this one from. But it's really cool. It's the oldest Funko I have. Obviously, a lot of those Funkos go for a lot of money, so... especially in the Winter Soldier ones. So next we have my Infinity War Funkos. We have 288, which is Captain America. 285, which is Iron Man. And 694, which is Nick Fury holding the pager from the end credits. You don't really see them doing Funkos on the end credits. That's cool. Next up, we're going to go to Thor Love and Thunder, starting with 1076, which is the Mighty Thor. Then we have 1042, which is Valkyrie. 1045, which is Meek. Sadly, I don't have Thor or Korg. Then we have 1069, which is Zeus. I would love a Hercules figure from the end credits. I'd also love a clear figure from the end credits of Doctor Strange. And we have 1041, which is the Mighty Thor masked. Jumping to Avengers Endgame now. I have 1142, which is the Iron Spider. I can't remember if this one's holding the gauntlet or not. I think he is. I'm not sure. That is followed by 1855, which is the glow-in-the-dark Scarlet Witch, which is known as Wanda Maximoff, interestingly. 576 is the Captain Marvel with the short hair, followed by 480, which is Pepper Potter's Rescue, followed by 457, which is Hawkeye. I'd really love the Ronin one. If I'm truly honest, I would really have loved more of the Ronin in the MCU. I also have another con exclusive from 218, which is 337, is Raglan. I just haven't taken the sticker off yet. I'm going to do Daredevil next, which would be the original Daredevil Pops alongside the Born Again Pops. So starting off, we've got 1546, which is Bullseye. 1544 being Kingpin. 120 from the original Daredevil series, it's Daredevil. Followed by 215 from the original Daredevil series, Elektra. Then we have the 1545, which is the Punisher. And we have 1578, which is Daredevil from season 2. If you can tell, I don't have the Daredevil from season 1 yet, of Born Again, which is crazy. It's one I desperately want. Before I forget, I also have from Fall of Thunder 1043, which is Gore the God Butcher. Should have been a better villain than he was, is all I will say now. You're probably getting some insights into what the Marvel section of Straight Onto Disney Pod will be from this episode. So our next Funko Pops are going to be from The Eternals, a film I think is so overrated. We have the 740, which is Icarus in human clothes, in civilian clothes, which is 740. We have 737, which is Crow. Another one I'm surprised we don't have is Star Fox, which would be crazy. 735, Ajax. We have 727, the Icarus. Then I have 738, which is Dane Whitman. Devastated that we might never get him in the Black Knight costume, because that as a Funko Pop would be epic. Then we have 733, which is Droog. And 734, Makari. 730, Gilgamesh. 731 being Kingo. 728 being Suzy. And 732 being Sprite. Interestingly, I don't have Fastos, which I thought I did. Next, we're going to move to Moon Knight. Kicking off, we have 1047, which is Moon Knight, one of the first Funkos I ever owned. Followed by 1049, which is Khonshu. Followed by 1189, Tawet, who was a Comic Con exclusive, as was 1093, which is the Scarlet Scarab, who was also a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. We're going to move on to Captain Marvel next, which is what I have. 432, which is Captain Marvel in the glowing one. Followed by 430, which is Maria Rambeau. Followed by 516, which is Captain Marvel. Keeping in the Marvel sphere, we have Ms. Marvel. We have 1077 Miss Marvel. 1079 Bruno. And 1080 the Red Dagger. We're now going to go to one of my favorite MCU projects from Phase 4, Werewolf by Night. And we have 1272 Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night. 1271, which is Elsa Bloodstone. I don't have the Man Thing. And 1273, which is Werewolf by Night. We're now going to go to Black Panther Forever, where I have 1121 Ion. 1100 Okoye. 1094 Namor. I really need the Doomsday Funko of him, if they do one. 1099 is Queen Ramonda. 1177 is the Okoye as a Midnight Angel. Followed by 1102 Black Panther. Then we have Anika 1178 as Midnight Angel. And then we have 1176, which is the Ironheart. We also have the ones from Echo. So we have Kingpin and Echo. We're now going to move on to She-Hulk, starting with Jennifer Walters 1128. We then have Wong, who's 1131. Then have Medicine, 2 eyes, 1 end, not two ends, 1 Y, and not where you think. At 1377. We then have 1301, which is the Daredevil in the yellow and red suit. We then have 132, which is Titania. Followed next by 1130, which is the Hulk. We then have 1126, which is the She-Hulk Funko Pop. Followed by 1133, which is Nikki. I wish they did a Pug Funko Pop. The last two She-Hulk Pops are 1129, which is the Abomination, and 1127, which is She-Hulk in the dress. I also have from the Eternals, Fina, who is 729. Let's go. We're going to go to Ant-Man Quantumania next with 1137, Ant-Man. 113, the Wasp. 1139 being Kang the Conqueror. 1140 being MODOK. Then we move to 1167, which is Cassie Langstature. Then we have 1138, which is the Wasp without the mask on. Followed by 1262, which is the Comic-Con MODOK without the mask on. We have 1216, which is Lord Kryler. Alright. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy, which was starting with 1207, Cosmo. 1206 being Mantis. I'm not sure what number that is Adam Warlock. Followed by 1201, Star-Lord. So next up is the Marvels. We have 1259, Darben. 1254, Prince Young. 1249, which is Captain Marvel. 1251, which is Ms. Marvel. And we also have 1251, which is the Miss Marvel Glow in the Dark. 1250 being the Photon Glow in the Dark. And finally, we have 1255, which is Princess Carol. We're almost finished with the video. We have Deadpool and Wolverine Funkos now. 1496 being Gambit, Epic Funko. 1363 being the Wolverine. Followed by 1362 being Deadpool. We have 1404, Lady Deadpool. 141, Dogpool. 1497 being X-23. And 1493 being Blade. The only one I'm missing is Elektra of these characters, so hopefully I'll be able to get her some soon. So we're almost at the end of the video. This is the Age of Ultron pop. So I have 103 being Black Widow with Captain America's shield. 770, which is Hawkeye, and I'm very excited about this one. This is my brand new Funko Pop that's only just arrived today. Thank you, Be More Geek. It's 95, the Scarlet Witch from Age of Ultron, and I'm very, very happy about this. That is my Funko Pop collection. So I hope you've enjoyed this little different video, and hopefully tell me which one of my Funkos is your favorite, and maybe kind of decipher what I think about certain films from this video. So thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe as always. Follow along on Instagram at straightontodisneypod, and email me at straightontodisneypod@gmail.com. Like and subscribe, follow along for more adventures, and thank you all for listening, and bye!